Okay, so right here we have cheap Chinese knockoff Floyd Rose type of bridge right here. The guitar itself is also some sort of a cheap Chinese guitar. However, this applies to all these type of bridges. Either is an Ibanez type of bridge or all floating systems out there. So basically what's going on here is that people that are not aware of this problem, because in my workshop over the past 8 or 10 years, I had several guitars with this kind of problem, and people just don't know how to adjust the height of this type of bridges. Well, they think they know, and that is by taking the tool or whatever it is and just put it in there like so, and they just turn it in whatever direction it needs to go, and they think they got the string height correct and everything, and they think they did a great job and all that kind of stuff going on. But the problem is, the springs on the back side of the guitar helping holding this tremolo here on the post together with the strings here. There's a lot of tension. There's a lot of force pushing on to these posts here. And the whole idea for this type of tremolo to float and work the way it's supposed to work is that on the base plate here, this base plate, there needs to be some really sharp edges, kind of like a knife type of thing going on. And when they're taking the tool right here and screwing this one in either direction with the tension on the post, it's the sharp edge on this base plate right here is actually going to be flattened out. What does it mean? Well, it means that the edge that is supposed to be sharp as a knife, it's not going to be sharp anymore. The bridge is not going to float the way it's supposed to float, which in long term means the guitar will not stay in tune as soon as you using the whammy bar or wherever and start to go crazy on this, because the bridge cannot go back to the exactly the same spot as before you starting to go crazy on the tremolo here. So this is the most common problem, that people don't know how this tremolos works. Well, they know that it's a tremolo and you can go crazy on it, but when it comes to adjusting the height here, let me go ahead and show you an example here. I got a previous, this is a base plate from a Chinese guitar that a customer brought in because the guitar wouldn't stay in tune. And I asked him, did you adjust the tremolo at all? Yes, the string height was too high, so he lowered the bridge. And I said, especially if it's a cheap knockoff with a cheap material, the knife edge on the base plate is definitely material taken off there, because when you're screwing this one right here, it's gonna cause due to the friction here to take off material. And I'm gonna see if you can pick this up. You see that there is material missing right there, and this one as well. There's a flat spot right there. There's a flat spot right there, where caused by someone adjusting the height of the bridge without losing the tension on the bridge here. That is a critical thing to be doing, because once you've done this, adjusting the post here, there's no going back. There's oops. The only thing you can do is to swap for another bridge. However, I'm not gonna judge you all the way here, because if it happens to be like so that you have a more expensive guitar with a real Floyd Rose here, or you know, an Ibanez Edge bridge or anything like that, most likely the base plate is going to be hardened steel or maybe even titanium. And you know, if you just did not go too crazy on adjusting the screw here, it may be still be a good chance that you didn't flatten out the knife edge on the base plate here. This is what I call a knife edge right there. And this is a low profile type of base plate. Also the same here. Oh yeah, I remember this one, even the customer tried to file on the on the edge there, thinking he could sharpen the edge again. But also here there's quite some material. You know, this is not sharp anymore, so the bridge will stay flat on the post, and it doesn't have a dead zero point when starting to using the whammy to, you know, this is a floating system right here. Okay, so let's go ahead and talk about what this video is all about. Now we'll be talking about what you should not do. Okay, this is how you properly adjusting the height of a floating tremolo system without flattening out the edges on the base plate. This may seem crazy for some of you, but the only thing you can do is to loosen the tension on the posts here, you know. So either way you're doing that, if it's losing the tension, losing the tension on the springs here, on these springs, you know, just taking them off the fork here, or is taking it out from the tremolo block right here, that doesn't matter, because most of the times you don't need to take out all the springs. You just leave one in there. Oops. That is usually, what the hell? That is usually what it takes to just bend this just a little bit, you know, with force, just so that there is no tension. The base plate is not touching the post here. So this is, you know, this is so common problem. And you know, I get messages on social media asking about this. So this is something people have been asking me for many years now, and I did a video about it about 8-9 years ago. But this is it, you know. That's what you have to do if you want to save the bridge. However, if you have a shitty bridge like this, knockoff thing that's still not gonna stay in tune, it's a really good idea to, you know, if you messed up, just put on a real Floyd in there, or go to something better than this cheap knockoff bridge here, because these bridges right here, along with this bridge right here, along with this type of bridge right here, what does it say here? Overlord of music. Overlord of music. This is just some crap. So you don't need this anyway. So putting in a great tremolo system is that's a great thing to do, actually. So what did we learn about this short little video? Never ever touch these posts here to adjusting the height of the tremolo without taking away the tension on the posts. That is a big no-no. So that is something you should keep in mind. And most people don't really know this, because I'm talking to people that is great guitarists and all that kind of stuff. They happen to not know very much about guitars, and they're talking about, well, I adjusted the post a little bit because the string action was a little bit too high or too low or whatever. And I said, well, does it stay in tune well? Yeah, it stays in tune, but you know, when I'm using the whammy, when I go crazy on the whammy, it does definitely not stay in tune. And I say most of the times that there you go. That's the problem caused by yourself. By adjusting the post here, you flatten out the knives on the base plate. The guitar will never stay in tune again. So you have to buy a new bridge. So yeah, that is the reason, and it's you know, it sounds crazy, but it's not that hard to adjust the height of these bridges by just losing some of the springs on the backside. That's you don't want to mess around with taking away the strings and all that kind of shit. So the springs on the backside is the key to all this thing going on here. Yeah. So yes.